Well, hello. Welcome to our first live session in the garden for Flowers to Impress. Today we're going to look at a very simple little woodland design which is inspired by my wander around the garden yesterday. So we'll just give it a few minutes or maybe a couple of seconds to get some more people on. The reason that we wanted to do some live sessions at the moment is just to try and share the love and the joy of working with flowers. You didn't log on to hear me natter away, I'm sure. You want to see this lovely little piece come together. So, as I said, it's just an old log that I found in the creek. I'm not sure if you can see with those shadows. It's got bits of old moss growing on it. It's just gorgeous. I have inserted some floral foam in here, so that's a wet foam. We use that with fresh flowers to keep the flowers hydrated and get them to last a lot longer. So first thing I'm going to do, I've based it up, as I said, with my oasis, and now I want to add the foundation of my arrangement. So as I said, I'm doing a woodland arrangement, so I want to use this beautiful umbrella fern, which is an Australian native, and it just goes so wonderfully with this rustic look. So I'm going to base that up in a couple of little groups. So this kind of design is beautiful for table centers, I feel. It adds a lot of interest. You know, you've got all these guests sitting around at a function or, you know, whatever. It's something interesting. It's got a lot going on. It's got lots of little hidden elements. So it's nice for them when they're sitting there, usually waiting for the main event to get going. It gives them something to sort of look at and keep things interesting for them. Right, so now I'm happy that I've got a bit of an overall base. So that's going to give me just sort of a bit of a guide on where I'm going to put my flowers. So today I've tried to keep it very simple with my flowers. I wanted to use something with nice bright pops of colour, but something that works very nice just by itself. So I've picked these gorgeous iris from the market yesterday, and I just think they'll be beautiful with the greens and the dark shades in the log. I've chopped a lot of that stem off. Just going to pop him in here. So we've got one little flower here. Going to just gently go up. A little bunch of freesias. So they're still quite tight at the moment, not a lot of colour, but they'll just add a nice little delicate element to the arrangement. And again, I'm just going to add a couple of groupings. I'm not going to scatter them all around. Probably going to have 2 to 3 in each grouping and just sort of pop them in a few prominent spots within the arrangement. We've got another little grouping of iris, pretty much repeated what I've done on the other side. So when you look down through it, you've got a continuation of that beautiful colour in the greens of the iris. Not the iris, sorry, the freesias. I'm pretty happy with my little grouping, but now I want to add just a few little elements just to take it from nice to, oh my God, that's amazing. So just a few more little groups. I've got some little astralatea here, the little goldenrod, whatever you want to call it. Again, I've picked the yellow because it's a beautiful contrast to the purple and it's already in the iris. The iris has told us what colour scheme's going to work, so I've just gone with that. Now again, just going to do little tiny groupings. Just a couple to give me some little pops of colour. Alright, pretty happy with that side. We just see that it just adds a little bit of softness to the entire arrangement. Okay, one last thing I wanted to pop in before I finish it off. You would have seen this amazing fungi here. I did collect that from the creek as well when I found the log. If you do forage something like that, just be mindful. A lot of fungus in Australia can be poisonous. Don't go licking your fingers afterwards. Maybe don't let your kids play with it, but in this instance, I've used it because it was just awesome. It was so pretty, I had to put it in there. And I've warned my children not to lick it, so we're all good. So I've got some little itty bitty ones that I've popped on a wire, and I'm just going to put them throughout the entire arrangement. So this is my little woodland inspired table arrangement in a log. I hope you like it. I would like you to give it a go if you can. It's not a hard one to do. Start small if you like. Maybe just go find, you know, a little bit of broken bark. Look, found that too in the garden this morning. So you can see our little arrangement. Maybe I should do more live feeds, and then I know how it all works, eh? So there we go. We've got all our little bits of fungi that just add that little bit of interest. Our little groups of moss. Got some moss there in the back. Okay, just try not to drop it because that would look really bad, wouldn't it? So as I said, a couple of little groupings. I'll hold a bit closer so you can see those little bits of moss. Try to cover all of that oasis because obviously that's not something that we want to see. So one other thing I just wanted to reiterate, if you do have any questions on any aspects of this design or anything to do with the courses that we do at Flowers to Impress, make sure you send us a message or a comment, and then I'll get back to you later this afternoon. I hope you enjoyed today, and I hope that we can bring you some more over the coming sort of month or couple of months, see if we can do this regularly. So thank you, and goodbye from far north Queensland to wherever you are.